Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to another podcast. I'm not on my own this week. I have recruited a friend to talk with me so I don't have to talk on my own and you don't have to just listen to my voice. So Ellis has come to the podcast with me.
Hello, everybody.
He, is here to talk about his own wedding.
Woo! And how long ago it was.
I know. Anyway, roll the intro.
Hello and welcome to Confetti Conversations,
the podcast where me and my sister talk all things weddings, wedding planning and married life. Okay, so actually this comes at quite a good time for you because you've literally just got your wedding photos back.
Yes, we got them back, I'm going to say...
earlier this week, was it? Last week?
Monday, Tuesday, I think.
Yeah,
Monday, Tuesday.
So you have obviously just got your wedding photos back, so it kind of helps you to sort of relive what it was like and all that kind of stuff. We have got a grizzly baby on the sidelines, so if you hear any grizzles from a baby, she's here and she's...
that's for another podcast.
She's chatting, but we'll introduce her at another time when Hayley's ready to podcast. We'll bring her in. Well, I guess it will just be... Actually, it'd probably be Ellis and Hayley will do that one because there's no point me being there.
I don't know. I mean, one of us will hold it and then the other one will go, oh, she's being sick and she's pooing at the same time, so we've got to go.
It might be a short podcast,
yes.
That one. She's not ready for the podcast world yet, bless her. She's only a couple of weeks old. But yeah, if you can hear any grizzles, that's the baby. Or it could be Sam, actually, because he's in the room too. But anyway, we are going to crack on with this podcast. So... let's just do a bit of a rundown of how the wedding day went for you and how you felt it went and the things that went right, went wrong, bits like that.
Wow. Started off very well. She said yes. She walked down the aisle, which is a good thing.
She did.
She turned up on time.
Very much on time, actually.
Yes, I've got to cast my mind back. Let's
go through the whole weekend. So we started on the Thursday because you got married on the Friday.
Yes, yeah, because we played golf.
Yeah,
we went for breakfast.
So we went for breakfast Thursday morning, and the lady didn't think she had enough bacon. I think me and Hayley spoke about this.
Bacongate.
But the lady didn't think she had enough bacon. She was not happy that we were there.
She was shocked that people turned up to a restaurant that was open.
Yeah. But anyway, we had a lovely breakfast in the end, and then you guys went off and played golf, didn't you?
Yes, so we went to where everyone was staying for the night of the wedding.
Yeah.
Which is their golf course at Putcrum.
Yeah, it's a beautiful golf hotel, isn't it? So it's got this amazing golf course and like a really lovely hotel, which was maybe 10, 15 minutes away from your venue.
Yeah, I think it's about 15 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't far away because we drove there the night of the night before because we were staying at the wedding venue. But you were staying there that night, weren't you?
Yes, so I'd shared a room with Sam and my brother, and then everyone else sort of split their rooms with their partners.
Yeah.
But we decided to have like a drinks evening, a drinks reception.
Yeah.
The night before, so it almost gets rid of that wedding day nerves for the families.
Yeah.
Because I think somebody told me that on your wedding day you have, I think it's about 30 seconds to speak to every person at your wedding.
Wow. That makes sense. That does make sense. But it's like I said to both of you before the wedding, because me and Sam also did it. And I said, it takes away a lot of that, hello, like, how are you? How are things? You can just enjoy the wedding with the people who are there. Obviously, not everybody goes. So you're not going to see everybody the night before. But it takes away a lot of that, like, oh, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming, because you've already seen them.
Yeah, it takes away that. And also, I think if you've got quite a big family like myself and Hayley have,
yeah,
you've got that, you've not seen each other for a long time.
Yeah.
Oh, how's things? Oh, yeah. Congratulations. I've not seen you since your engagement. How's work? How's this? Whereas I think you can get that out
100%.
on the night. And then, like you say, you enjoy...
Yeah, 100%.
Just being in the moment and enjoying the day.
And I didn't think about it, actually, how you've just said it there, about the families being able to see each other. So, like, it's a chance for our family to get to know your family a little bit better, and everybody just to sort of have some time, you know, to just it just extends the weekend, doesn't it, really?
Yeah, and I think it makes it more enjoyable because if you've got people travelling from afar, so I know Hayley's family came up from up north,
Yeah.
up in Southport.
Yeah.
Stourport's down the road.
I used to get them confused all the time when I was a kid. I thought I had to have a passport to go to Southport when I was a child. Southport is in the north of England and I live in the middle of England. So don't know where I thought that was coming from, but every time I'd ask Mom, do I need my passport? She's like, no.
It must be painful being simple.
I think it's because it was like a long time. Like we'd go on a holiday and you'd fly for 2 hours, but to go to Southport, we'd drive for 2 hours.
Yes.
So in my head, it's like, well, if you're going for a long amount of time, you need a passport to get there. I mean, I did realise that after a while it is in the same country, but yeah, as a child, it is quite confusing.
Just so you are aware, Wales and Scotland are also in the same country as England.
Yeah, you don't need a passport to go to Wales, though.
They're trying to bring that in.
You do if you fly, though, don't you, to Scotland?
You need ID.
So you can fly with your driving license.
Yes.
Oh, okay, right. I think I did know that actually because when we were watching, Sam, Come Fly With Me the other week, and
that's not definitely accurate, unfortunately.
No, but no, not the comedy sketch show, the one where they film in the airport.
Oh, okay.
And this woman was trying to go to Scotland and she didn't have any form of ID. And she was like, I have bank cards, I have this, I have that. She was like, I'm sorry, but if you don't have a photo ID, I can't let you go. And so she was getting really angry. So she had to drive home and get the next flight. But anyway, that's beside the point. So yeah, we had family coming from Southport.
Yeah, so it gives them a chance, almost like a day to get here and to relax and chill rather than them having to set off early and drive down or...
Yeah, I think, it takes away that people having to drive on the day of the wedding. Like, obviously some people do because if they're not that far, they'll drive. But for those who are coming from a further distance, it does take away that length of travel.
Yeah, it does. And I also think it gives you a chance, like you say, to sort of say hello and to see people.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's also like a bit of a relax. Do you know what I mean? So you can sort of go and just chill out. And otherwise, I don't know, I haven't done a wedding necessarily, or have with a couple of friends, but where the night before the wedding, you're just sort of chilling. The past couple of weddings I've been to, there's always been like a Friday night thing or like a Thursday night thing in your case. So I feel that sort of takes away a lot of that, like the nerves and the worry.
Yeah, we went to a wedding just before ours and we turned up on the day and we were a little bit like, oh, we're running a bit late or what do we do? We've got to get dressed somewhere. We've got to pull over and get dressed.
Yeah.
We're going to be late. We're going to do this.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if could book in early. And get the room early and you can get up, have breakfast and you can go, right, okay.
Well, that's the thing then. You're not travelling miles in in your outfit.
No, and we were only staying, half an hour away from home? There you go, about an hour away from home.
Yeah.
But you still get that relaxed feeling. And that leisurely morning of, right, okay, it's a big day.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we had the drinks on the Thursday night, and then you stayed with Sam and Harry.
Yes.
So, and then in Saturday morning, how did your morning look? Because our morning obviously was quite different to yours. So how did your morning look?
So my morning was, I woke up...
Friday morning, sorry, I said Saturday morning.
Friday morning was, I'd say, stressful. I wasn't that stressed on Thursday night.
No.
And when I left everyone, it was pure excitement going through it. It was like, oh, I'm getting married tomorrow, my best friend.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to have a lie-in. We don't have to be ready. We don't have to be down there. I said to the boys, we get breakfast for 8:30, I think, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I told everyone.
Yeah.
And at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was wide awake in bed, panicking. And I ended up going downstairs and went for a swim in the pool.
That's nice.
I had a sauna to try and shift some of the nerves. And then I ended up pacing around the bedroom whilst Sam and Harry were still fast asleep.
Yeah.
And I was like, right, I'm going to have to go down for breakfast.
Yeah.
I went downstairs and Yonka, Pete and Georgette were down there.
Yeah.
So I sat with them for a little bit and then sort of people then started turning up for breakfast at the time I told them.
Yeah,
Not 2 hours early.
Yeah.
So we had a leisurely breakfast, which was nice. And then we headed over to the venue to get dressed.
So you just like showered, had breakfast and stuff at the hotel, and then you moved over to the venue and got dressed and stuff there?
Yeah, I think we had to get over to the venue for 10,
Yeah.
I think, because the wedding was at 12, half 12.
Half 12,
Half
yeah.
12, yeah, so we had to be there for 10, because the people start arriving at half 11.
Yeah.
So it gives you an hour to get ready.
Yeah.
And we had a beer and some whiskey that we'd taken over with us.
Yeah.
And that was nice, just get ready with your boys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bit of music, and then looking at, each other getting dressed, and actually the rushed suit job actually turned out all right.
Yeah, the suits were absolutely amazing, and the colours. Like, I couldn't picture the blue with the green of our dresses. I think I've said this before, but I couldn't picture the blue of your waistcoats with the green of our dresses, but it was so nice. It looked so good. Those colours together, because it was a summer wedding, that like brought the colour like brighter almost. I've said this before to Hayley, but we like our dresses in the winter or the autumn would have looked a lot darker, but because it was brighter in the summer, and the colour of your waistcoats plus the fact that we had the pink in the flowers brought it all up, and everything was a lot brighter, which worked like really, really well. I was looking at the photos yesterday actually, and they do look so good. Like, the colour scheme was just spot on, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's some of the photos we saw because we watched all the videos last night.
Yeah.
And you sort of sit down and you think, oh, I remember the wedding day as it was.
Yeah.
And then you look through all the photos and you think, actually, I don't remember all the wedding day.
No.
There's loads I thought I
No.
remembered and I hadn't. And
when we did all of the bridal shots after dinner, like the bridal party shots, I was steamrolled, absolutely steamrolled. Like, half of those photos, my eyes are just wandering off to God knows where. That's just me at a wedding, really. Photos after dinner are not ideal for me because I'm always just a little bit half cut. But yeah, all of it. I think it's so good that we're doing this today after we've just seen all the photos again.
Yeah, it brought back a lot of the memories.
Yeah.
As Hayley asked me the other day, she was like, "Oh, what's your favourite memory of us? Where, if you could go back to a point in our time, when would you go back to?" And I said to her, I was like, without a shadow of a doubt, our wedding day.
Yeah.
It's the best day of my life.
Yeah.
And then that's when I sort of think, oh, I can remember this, I remember that. And then you look through the photos and you're like, oh no, it was better than that. Better than I remember what it was.
Yeah, that's so lovely, isn't it? But I was going to say about getting ready, because your getting ready room was opposite the house that we were getting ready in. And we were about to walk across to the room where Hayley got dressed. And I like popped my head out and I was like, and I saw Ryan, one of your groomsmen, and he had his like back to me and I was like, Ryan, close the door and don't look. And he was like, okay. And then you all just like close the door, and like we were all like tottering across trying to get to the room. But it was quite nice actually to see you all. Like, when I walked out the door, I could see you all just like having a laugh and having a nice time. It was nice to see.
It was good. It was nice. It was different because I remember Sam and yours wedding was his get ready room, although we weren't in it for as long as we'd like.
Yeah.
I think we managed to break on one game of snooker, and then it was, oh, you got to go now.
Yeah. It wasn't, the timings weren't quite right from me. That was my fault, but never mind.
We managed to have a beer, which was the main thing. But yeah, it was just music and that was it. Whereas I think with your venue, you had a snooker table, you could chill. There was you could relax more.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't change it. We had some good music.
And it was perfect, the fact that it was all on site. Like,
yeah, and it was only around the corner.
You didn't have to go anywhere from there. You just literally had to walk to the church. It was perfect.
Yeah, and also because people were turning up earlier than the 11:30 slot, it was, oh, okay, people start to arrive. Okay, then you could organise your groomsmen and say, look, you need to be in car park duty, you need to be this, you need to be that.
Yeah.
And no, it was good.
Yeah, so you're ready now at this point. Everybody started arriving. So you head over to the church. How do you feel when you get to the church?
I think the nerves had happened in the morning. So when I got to the church, it was all excitement. And I think the other nervous part was making sure that, because you've got so much energy and nerves and endorphins running through your body, that you cry on cue. So when she walks down the aisle, you cry. And then I was more in my head panicking, going, oh, if I don't cry, what's going to happen?
I mean, Sam didn't even turn around and look at me when I walked down the aisle, so you did better than...
But I think it's more, you're because I was stood outside the church, saying hello to everybody.
Yeah.
And everyone kept trying to kiss you to say, oh, congratulations, look at you, you know. And then I think I had Dad on one side trying to like dust me off, everyone's makeup kept going on one side.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was exciting. And I think as well, if you're not used to having that focal point be about you and only you, it's quite an overwhelming feeling.
100%. Because
you've got I'm happy and chappy, but also I don't like this because it's not, I'm not used to it.
Yeah, I get that.
There was a lot of nerves, and I remember sitting down waiting for you guys to come across, and Harry and Billy were sat next to me, so my two best men were sat next to me, and they heard the door lock, and I think Billy turned around and said, I reckon I can take the vicar if you want to run out the back door. So
that's hilarious. Just to like relax.
Yeah, if you've got your mates next to you, you can do anything.
Yeah.
And then my parents would be behind me, and my dad kept touching my shoulder to reassure me it was okay.
Aww.
And all your friends are there for you.
Yes.
At the end of the day, they're not there to trip you up or to.
No. They're all there to celebrate you and you and your future wife at this point. And everyone's just there for a nice reason. Like it is overwhelming, that feeling of everybody's here for me, but everyone's here for a good reason for you.
Yes, and I think it's just when the music starts and you're stood.
And your music was quite dramatic, really. The start of that music got me big time. It got me, and I was like, oh my God. And I turned around and looked at Hayley, and she was like trying really hard not to cry. And I was like, okay, this is it.
So this was where I had to hold back my tears because
the music was amazing.
Was China and Zara were the first two to come down.
China and Kayla.
Kayla were the first two to come down. I remember looking at the photos, and I remember that as soon as the doors opened and I saw both of them, the tears started, and then I was panicking, going, "Oh, I can't let all the bridesmaids see me cry and Hayley not see me cry. I've got to hold something back."
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as it started, I don't remember seeing all the bridesmaids in full HD because of the tears and the fact that I was trying to like hold them back, and all my glasses had steamed up, so I was quite struggling a little bit to see.
Yeah.
But then I saw you come down.
There's that face at the end of the aisle, and I'm like all scrunched like this, like
yes, ready to go,
like looking at Ellis because he was crying.
So then Hayley came down and the floodgates opened.
Yeah,
which was
it got me big style. I was crying.
It was good.
The photographer kept taking. There's a couple of photos of me crying. I was thinking, "What are you doing? Leave me alone."
It's not your wedding. It's my wedding. Take photos of me crying.
Yeah, I'm there just like crying my eyes out, and she's just constantly taking photos of me. But yeah, no, it was like that moment of you know, when you see each other and you're just like, okay, this is it, and all the nerves go away. And you don't care about other people.
It was that. I think it was a bit awkward when Hayley came and stood next to me because Hayley was so happy and I was so happy and overwhelmed and crying. It was like, oh you love.
Yeah. No, it is. It's that really intense feeling of like, oh my God, we're about to get married. But then also at the same time, you're just like, I haven't seen you all, like, and I want to, and I chat to you. And how's your morning been? And how have you found everything? And
I think that's it, because it's Hayley's my best friend. I'm sure Sam's your best friend. It is your best friend at the end of the day, and you spend your lives together.
Yeah.
In each other's pockets.
Yeah.
You go to bed together, you talk about things, and it was one night and a morning that we were apart.
Yeah, but it feels like forever on your wedding day.
It feels like
it really
an absolute eternity.
Yeah. And you want to like call them, I'd like I woke up on my wedding day and I wanted to be like, and if things were stressing me out, I was like, I just want to ring Sam and just talk to him about it. And I was like, but I can't.
Yeah.
I was like being like, Hayley, can you just ring Sam and get him to do this for me?
Yeah, and I think as well, because I wrote Hayley a letter and got a gift, one for the night of the wedding and one for the morning of the wedding.
Yeah.
And I think and Hayley done the same for me, and once I'd opened them and seen what they were in the letter, it settles that.
Yeah.
Actually, we are still, we're still getting married. He's still my best friend. We can talk about this.
Yeah.
When
100%.
There's going to be points in the day where you take yourself off and you can have that. Oh, how's it been for you?
Yeah.
Let's have a drink. Let's relax. But yeah, so I think once the first hymn started, that's when I sort of turned to Hayley and was like, how's it going?
Yeah.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think the rest of it was messed up the lines in the middle of the part where it's like, do you take this person? I said I did rather than I will.
I will. Yeah.
But yeah, no, the ceremony was good. We had a really, really good vicar.
Oh, she was amazing,
which makes a massive difference if you can get on with them and they have that bubbly personality.
Yeah.
If that's what you look for in a wedding.
Yeah.
And especially if you're having a church wedding.
Yeah.
Somebody who's got a bit of oomph about them.
Yeah. 100%.
It makes you settled, but also makes everybody else feel
That's
settled.
the thing, because a lot of people aren't necessarily comfortable in a church setting. So to have a vicar like yours who made everybody feel comfortable was so good, because it just meant that it took away any of that like boredom, essentially, people, because I hate to say it, but weddings can be quite boring. The legal bit can be quite boring.
Yeah.
But so for the people who aren't really bothered, not that they're not bothered about seeing you get married, but like don't necessarily love a church, for example, to have a vicar like yours who was just so enthusiastic and bubbly and just fun, just meant that it like everybody was involved in it and everybody was enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and I also think if they're the personality, it doesn't matter what setting you're in. So if you haven't got a church wedding and you're choosing to get married in a barn or in a registry office or anything like that, if you've got a personality of, the legal representation, then you could be anywhere, and you would still be fun. So and it takes that. Well, I'm not in a church. I'm actually with my new family. Watching one of our newest members get married and 100%. Joining our family. So yeah, it does make a massive difference.
It does. And how did you think that the actual ceremony went?
Really smoothly. No one stood up and said I object, which was a bonus.
It's always that moment where in any wedding where everyone's like waiting for somebody to say I object, that you think, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen?
You've got to this point, and it can someone can sneeze at the wrong time, and then
Well, you can't even say it's a joke in I don't know whether, I think it's for all weddings, but you can't even say anything as a joke, because they will they actually have to stop the wedding. You can't get married that day.
Yeah, so that's the one thing we learned at your wedding when we did the rehearsal. It was your dad said to me, "Oh, I'll give you a 5, give you a 10 if you say I object," and your vicar just lost his head a little bit. And
he was a bit funny, my vicar. But yeah, it's you actually can't do it. So it is a tense moment where you think, please God, nobody try and be funny today. Like it's not the time.
Yeah, and I also think if you've got those people at the wedding, why are you inviting those people to the wedding?
Well, true. I wouldn't. Right. So we've done the ceremony, and then you two walk down the aisle as the new Mr. and Mrs.
So we then left the church and turned right out of our church.
Yeah.
Because we could have confetti at the church, but not at the venue.
Yeah.
However, you leave the church and go to the venue via a little side gate.
Yes.
So we sort of stood there, and then everybody else turned left. And lined the path from where the effectively the front gate is. Up to the door. And then we did the confetti.
Those
stroll.
Shots are amazing.
There's some really nice ones, and my cousin took a slow-mo video for us.
Wow,
which was really nice.
I bet it's beautiful, because the confetti you used was incredible. Like, it looked so beautiful.
Yeah, so Hayley's done ample research for the podcast. And she said that she wanted certain sizes. It had to be bigger than certain ones, not big enough so that it obscures your face, but small enough for
it has to flutter properly so it looks good when it comes down.
But the thing with the venue as well, and a lot of venues, which you definitely need to check, is to make them biodegradable.
Yeah, I don't think any venue now will let you not have biodegradable confetti. I think you can only have biodegradable now, because it's the microplastics in the confetti can cause obviously harm to the
It's all right, we're just pausing. Sam's holding the baby.
Sam's holding the baby. Oh my goodness. So the confetti has to be biodegradable because of like microplastics and stuff like that. So I think as a rule, always look for biodegradable confetti.
But you can also buy them in the confetti cannons and things like that as well.
Yes.
It's just something to bear in mind when you're doing
Some places, you also have to check with confetti cannons because some places don't let you have confetti cannons as well. So you just have to check these things. But mostly biodegradable petals or paper is absolutely fine.
But when you throw as well, throw up, not at.
Yes, you want it up because otherwise if you throw it at, it goes in their faces, whereas it lands nicely if you throw it up.
Yes.
But your guests did very well, actually.
They did. However, there is a couple of photos that probably will circulate at some point with me shoving my fingers in my mouth to try and get the confetti out of my mouth from not gagging.
Oh, I think there was confetti all in your cabin the day after because it was all in Hayley's dress.
Oh yeah, Hayley took a dress off and it was like...
It just all came out, yeah.
It was like we're doing the walk again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So once we've done the confetti walk, we did it twice. So we walked down, turned around, then went back up.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And then we led everybody up to where our drink reception was going to be.
Yeah.
And that turned out to be incredible. Because
it's beautiful, yeah.
I think they weren't ready for us.
They weren't ready for us.
However, they said, oh, okay, we'll queue, because where our venue was, we had like a terrace to go out to.
Yeah.
So everybody was queuing to sort of say congratulations, well done.
Yeah.
You know, welcome to the family. And then the people who would come in first were then like, oh yeah, cool. And then they sort of went back on themselves to get the drinks again.
Yeah.
But the people who were queuing couldn't go and get the drinks because they did not say hello yet. So it was a...
I was doing Operation Tidy Up the Church. So me and two of the groomsmen, I think it was you, wasn't it, Sam? So yeah, Sam and Adam were clearing up the church. So we went and grabbed all the bits out the church and put them into the venue. So we were gone. And then when we came, the drinks weren't ready. And I was like, the drinks aren't ready yet. And then I just stood and was like chatting to some of my friends. And then the drinks were ready. So I was just stood by the drinks table basically for ages until the queue went down. And then I walked over, but
no, it was nice. It
was nice, and the drinks were really good.
Yeah, they were.
They were really good,
and it was nice as well because even though it was like I think we did 2.5 per person. Was it in the end?
Oh, there was plenty.
But they kept topping me up every time I got half a glass. I was like, another glass.
I probably had about 4 drinks because there was just loads there, and there was loads left when we walked away. It wasn't like I was being greedy and taking other people's drinks. There was loads left when we walked away.
But we did specialist cocktails. So I had mine as a mojito, Hayley had hers as an Aperol, but then had a non-Aperol because obviously she was pregnant.
And there's Prosecco as well.
But they were really clever with it and gave Hayley's non-Aperol in an Aperol glass and made it look exactly like a cocktail.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that, oh, you're pregnant, you've got to have 0 alcohol, but we're not going to glam it up for you. It was very much...
No, they were really good with the drinks, especially for Hayley, obviously being pregnant. Like, it wasn't at all like she wasn't drinking because she just always had like something that was, you know, like whatever she wanted. Like you had that Aperol nose echo basically thing, and it was really good.
And then we didn't have starters in the end. We had canapes.
You had canapes. Yeah, you didn't need starters.
No, and the canapes were really nice.
They were nice.
Incredible. However, the only thing that I would have changed was when the canapes came out, they came out one way.
Yeah.
So everyone at the first point got canapes, whereas everybody else on the terrace.
Well, we were right by, because again, we were by the drinks table. And she...
Is this going to be a running theme through the wedding?
Yeah, always, always. And she actually was saying, I can't give you any more because people in there haven't had them. Like, you need, like, I can't keep stopping here. So she was really good. And yeah, so a lot of them, I mean, I think I only had one canapé in the end because I couldn't figure out what was what. I didn't know what I wanted and what I liked. And so I just was like, somebody said that one of them was really good. So I had that one. And then that was that. I was fine. It probably was.
I think what we had, there was a beef in Yorkshire pudding.
Yeah, I think that's the one I had.
There was
I didn't see the sausage. There was the samosas.
Honey glazed sausage.
Oh, pakoras. And then there was a cheese cone or something.
Goat's cheese cone.
Yeah, that was it.
It was like a little ice cream.
Because Emma said to me about the goat's cheese cone, she was like, it's quite strong. And I was like, I don't think it's my thing because I love goat's cheese. But I'm so fussy with cheese. I just didn't want to have something and then waste it. So I thought I better not. I just won't have it because I don't know. Oh, I did have a pakora actually, so I must have had 2.
With a bit of chili jam on it.
Yeah, I must have. I think I had a pakora because Hayley said they were amazing, and then I had a little roast beef Yorkshire because you have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, the canapes worked really well actually. And then we went to drinks reception number 2.
Yes, because our venue's got a different area for a drinks reception. We went out to that part, and that's where we had a lot of the group photos.
Yes, and the games were there.
Yeah, so we obviously, if you listen to podcasts, we'd made games and all sorts that had gone.
Yeah, what's it called? Cornhole.
Yes.
Cornhole. The photo of that is so nice. Like, you did such a good job of that. Yeah, it is perfect.
So yeah, then the group photos, and that was out, in the sort of grassed area.
Yeah.
They went down really well.
Yeah.
Heidi organised head bridesmaid and groomsman.
Yeah.
Well,
Ryan did it all,
Ryan
really, didn't he? He was really good at saying, right, Hayley's family, Ellis's family. Like, he was loud though, and he did it. He did it so well. He was really, really good, and it ran really smoothly.
Yeah, so I think that was all down to Hayley. I can't take credit for any of the organising of people. She wrote down a list of shots that she wanted in the order she wanted them.
Yeah.
So that you could just go down and tick off and say, right, we've done that shot, we've done that shot.
It was so good. And having somebody, because it was quite a big area, like it was a big sort of grass lawn, people were sort of dotted all around. So it actually worked really well having somebody specifically there to like shout at people, because we went into the little bit that's called the White Garden, and I was in there for approximately 30 seconds before Ryan comes around the corner. Phil, you need to be in a photo, and I'm like, all right, okay, off I go. And then I didn't go back in there after that. But yeah, so we did all of those, which worked really well. And then Doug came.
Yes.
Well, no, everybody went into the marquee, didn't they? Not the marquee, sorry, into the venue at that point.
Yeah, I think there was a split, wasn't there? It was Doug had arrived.
Because you said you didn't want Doug to be there when all the people were there, because he would just get, it's all his favourite people, he would just get too overexcited.
Yeah, so me and Billy went to get a beer, and then La came.
Yeah, La had him.
And then, so I was like, okay, I'll have him, but we'll go back a different way.
Yeah.
So Billy's taking some photos of me and Doug. So I look like straight out of Compton holding my dog.
There's
with a beer.
There's a really cute photo of Doug's face that you need to get printed. It's absolutely beautiful. And he just looks, because some of them, Doug can be a bit of a goofy. Like, he does this sort of crazy eyes face. But this one photo of him, he's like, I think he's just stood there and he just looks absolutely gorgeous. Like, you have to get that one printed because it's so beautiful. And he was so well behaved with you guys doing all the photos, and such a little poser, wasn't he?
Yeah. There's loads of photos of him, and she was, the photographer's like, oh, it's a really photogenic dog. I was like,
yeah. And he was so well behaved. And you had one of your groomsmen who's actually the guy who bred him, and he was like, there, he'd got treats and was calling him and like just basically having him so that you guys could just get on with the photos, and he could just be across it. And then I was just watching with my friend Lara, who had got the dogs. I was just stood watching all the photos, and it was so lovely.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna if you've got a dog and you're taking photos with a dog at a wedding venue, take somebody who knows them, who they get on with the dog, and who can just be silly behind the camera, and take photos and get their attention.
Yeah, and it's nice to give, like, for everybody had a job, and that was his job, was to, like, he had to do the dog bit, like, and he was obviously the right person to do it, because he obviously knows him so well.
His biological father, as your mother says.
It's a bit weird, that, isn't it, really? Yeah. But yeah, so that was really lovely. And then after Dougie went, we went down
we went into
the venue, didn't we? Yeah. So everybody was already there. You guys were having some more photos after Doug had gone. And then you came down and got introduced into the venue.
Yes, yeah. So Sam introduced us, and then we did the
napkin
around the head.
Yeah, Sam was like, wave your napkins above your head and welcome the new Mr. and Mrs.
And that was really good fun. The only downside was we'd spent ages trying to find the part we wanted for the piece of music, and it was like so long in, so many seconds, 23 seconds in.
And you'd written it down, hadn't you?
We told her, and then because the song we chose was a Calvin Harris song, but it was like 30 seconds to start with of nothing, and then it sort of kicks in and builds up, because we wanted the crescendo to take us in.
You should have. She named the playlist. But you should have, well, I guess adrenaline gets you and you just kind of go, don't you? But what you could have done is just stood and waited for it to just build a little bit and then gone. But I mean,
I think because you have prepped it and done all this is what we're going to do, this is the seconds, this is where we need to be, you don't think they've not listened, they're not going to have done it. They just go, oh, okay, we're going to go now.
Yeah, you just think that it's going to be right, so you just go. Yes. Yeah.
I'd also think after the mini meltdown from the
we've talked about this, the whole table situation, but it didn't affect the day in the slightest.
And that
wasn't ideal.
That was the only hiccup I think we had on the whole day.
Yes.
Like, the weather could have been worse.
The wedding was amazing.
There could have been stuff you couldn't control.
The weather was incredible.
Actually, just have a minor setback.
Yeah, it was
fine. You can't win.
It was fine. And again, it didn't change the day in the slightest. It's just one of those things. It just I would just wish that she'd have just said, sorry guys, I had to move it for the catering, and I would have been like, totally fair enough, like we get it. But she just sat there whilst I stropped around.
But that's okay, and
it doesn't matter though. It didn't change anything.
And I think the whole point about it is, you're both there. We dealt with the situation. We moved on.
Yeah.
You can't cry over spilt milk. Is there something we'd have changed there and then? Probably. Could we be bothered? No.
Does it matter? No. Did it alter the day? Not in the slightest. Like, again. And the thing is at the end of the day, you're there to marry the person you love. It doesn't matter where everyone's sitting. No. So long as you get married, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And everybody enjoys themselves. The drinks were flowing. The food was fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
So yeah, can't win.
Yeah, food was amazing. You had the pies.
Yeah, we had pie. Yeah,
and they were so I couldn't finish mine. Hicks finished mine. Yeah, the food with the portions were incredible. Like they were so good. And then you had a trio of dessert.
Yes, we had the trio of desserts. So we had a
sticky toffee
pudding, Eton mess, and a creme brulee.
Oh, so good, so good. It was, the food was really, really good. You chose well on your caterers.
Yeah, it was good, and it was worth going to try and organise our second sitting to try the food we actually want.
Yeah.
And it's something that I think a lot of people don't do and probably should. If you go to the food tasting and the tasting sessions that they have and they don't serve the food that's what you want.
Yeah.
Just email them and say, look, this is what we actually want to do for our meals. Can we come and try it?
Yeah, you need to try your food. You can't just have anything and just be like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, you need to try it because it does matter. Like, food does matter. It makes a difference. You don't want your guests to be hungry.
Oh, no, not at all. And I think we'd originally got into our food tasting session as, we're going to have steak pie. Came out because it didn't taste how we thought it was going to taste. So I was like, I'm glad we didn't have the steak pie because it would have.
Yeah, it
people
would have
gone,
been.
Great.
Yeah. In comparison to what it actually was.
And then we did the cake cutting.
No, speeches.
Oh no, speeches. Yes, speeches. There you go. That's something else I forgot about the day.
Yeah. How did you find your speech?
Nerve-wracking. Also, again, I think it's that point of everyone's focused on you then again. So whereas before when you're waiting to get married and everyone's like, oh yeah, congratulations, you're with your partner, whereas you've wrote this speech where you can't read it to your partner because it's for her.
Yeah.
And certain other people haven't heard it and you think, oh, it sounds amazing. I've read it to myself. It sounds good and fun.
Yeah.
What's it going to sound like to everybody else?
Yeah, no, I get that.
And I wrote it out and I think it was 2 pages or 2.5 pages, and I ended up condensing it into about a paragraph because when you stood there reading it, you don't have a chance to look at the paper and go, oh, okay, this is what I'm going to say. I know the ins and outs of it, and you know how it should sound.
Yeah.
However, you just get lost in the moment and
I can't wing it. I have to read it like word for word because I would have ended up saying God knows what.
Yeah, no, I absolutely winged it. I knew it all, and I knew what I wanted to say, how I said it. The last part of my speech was like a bit of a poem thing. I had to read that word for word, otherwise I'd definitely mess that bit up.
Yeah.
But the bulk of it, try and make it fun, light-hearted. Thank everyone as well. I think that's the part that everybody says to you to do. It's like, oh, groomsman speech, all you have to do is thank everybody. However, you also kind of want to make it a bit personal to you rather than just going, right, thanks everyone for turning up. You look amazing.
100%. Yeah, you want it to be personal for sure.
So that was good. I enjoyed doing it, and then I think once you count to 3, that's how I started it. It was, you do that. I'm not very good at public speaking. In my head, I was going 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm in the moment now. We can show what we're about. We can have a bit of a laugh and a joke about it.
Yeah,
I would happily do it again.
Yeah,
I could go back and do it again.
Well, you'll have to do a Father of the Bride speech one day, probably.
Yes, at some point in my life.
Yeah.
How did your speech go? How did you find it?
I just feel like I raced through it and just read it word for word off the piece of paper and just like got it done. I'm not very good. Like, I'm quite confident in front of a camera, but I'm not good. Like, public speaking is not me. I'm not good at that at all. Like, I'll do it and I'm happy to do it, but I have to like focus on a point and just read what I've got written down.
Yeah. And I think as well, it's that, especially if you've got a piece of paper in front of you.
Yeah.
You don't want to hold it in front of your face so no one can see you.
No.
And also, if you're mic'd up for videographers and things, you don't want to be rustling all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But no, it was good.
No, the speeches were really, really good. Really good. And then we had a bit of chill time before your...
Oh, yeah, we had some beers, yeah.
We had some beers.
We had some more beers. And we took the photos again for the golden hour.
Oh, yes, it was golden hour then, wasn't it? And then we did you did your, like, was cigars and whiskey.
Yeah, so we did the whiskey and cigar photos. However, we didn't like the cigars. So it was the photos that you wanted.
Right, and then you had your cigars later on.
Yes.
Right.
But because it'd been so hot throughout the rest of the year, if you'd have lit the cigars then and you'd have dropped a bit of ash onto the grass.
Yeah, the whole field would have got up. Yeah, 100%.
So we said, look, and because you don't want to be, like, trying to relight cigars for photos and stuff, you just had them unlit.
Yeah.
You can take as many photos as you wanted because
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know, I love that.
So we did all the golden hour photos, and then
they're amazing.
Did the cake cutting.
Yeah.
Wouldn't recommend it.
No, both you and Hayley have said you didn't like the cake cutting at all, did you?
I think it's just a random thing to do.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know it's supposed to symbolise the first thing you do together as a couple. However, if you're not that bothered, don't do it.
No, I mean, it didn't bother me in the slightest, but I get what you're saying. It is a bit of a strange thing to do.
Yeah, you do it as we've got to do it together as a couple because that's, everybody thinks that's what you should do. But to get everybody around you to watch you, to be, amazing, you just, all you're doing is getting your friends around to watch you eat a piece of cake each.
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird. And then we did the first dance.
Yeah.
In ours, it was more like a first sway.
I think that's a lot of people do like a full-on routine, but I couldn't have done that.
Yeah, it was good. And you can do the spins and we just winged it. We did Strictly Come Dancing in our own heads.
Yeah.
And then, because the song we had was Stargazing by Miles Smith.
Yeah.
Yes. We had one verse in the chorus, and then the second verse sort of came in and was building and building and building, and then I just said, let everybody come on the dance floor, let's go.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing more awkward than everyone just stood waiting to dance, and your song being a 20-minute long song, and it was just stood watching you.
It's awful, isn't it? Yeah.
And also we want it, you want that party vibe, you want people geared up and
100%
dancing around.
Yeah, 100%. And then it gets everybody on the dance floor and going for it. And the band was so good.
Yeah, and Hayley found a fantastic band there.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So we had the band, and then the only thing that, if you're going to do it, which is what we did, was the sparkler shots.
They were good.
However, the timing-wise, because we only had the videographer and the photographer, I think it was till about 8 o'clock. Well, you have them for so many hours.
Yeah.
And it was still light when their hours were finishing, so they waited extra for us to do these shots because we know we wanted the shots.
Yeah.
However, it did mean that when we were doing them, when it was dark enough to do the shots, the band was still in their first set.
It pulled everybody off the dance floor, didn't it?
And then you've got that awkward moment of, okay, we've done the shots. Everybody's now got to go back on the dance floor. But at that point, they've all gone their separate ways. They've gone to the bar.
Yeah.
They've gone to have a chat. They've gone for a cigarette. That's the only thing that I would have been like, actually, let's do our first dance, pause, do the photo, let's go.
Yeah.
However, you want those shots on the dance floor with everyone as a party, so
yeah. No, I know the shots of the sparklers were amazing, but it did pull everybody off the dance floor.
Yes,
so but it is what it is, I guess.
You know, it's one of those things which, in hindsight, you would try and do differently, but it worked out perfectly fine, and everybody. So our band did 2 sets, and everybody was on the dance floor for the entirety of the second set, which was incredible, and the band were just phenomenal.
Yeah, they were amazing. They were amazing. So much fun.
It was, but even when we organised our playlist to play after the band had finished, even they were like, "Oh, it's quite a good playlist." Because you got all the music that they also sung, but also stuff that everybody, it was the same sort of genres that were mixing up, rather than, oh, we're just going to put shuffle on, and you could have anything on.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. And then that was it. Then that was the end of your wedding.
Yes, the day came to a close, and we stood at the bar. I think there was at one point towards the end of the wedding where me and Hayley stood at the bar and went, oh, I could do with a drink.
Yeah.
And it was, yep, so could I, but we have no money.
Yeah.
Because we had no cards, we had no phones, because they'd all been left in the rooms.
Yeah.
So we were just sort of looking around going, would anybody like to buy us a drink? Yeah, Joe said Sam's parents ended up buying us a Coke, so we could sort of do that. But yeah. And that was it. Then we went back to our little shepherd's hut.
You were stargazing then, weren't you?
Yes, so we sort of passed out on the bed a little bit, and we had these shepherd's huts in the grounds, and I opened the window, and you could see Malvern Hills and the one sort of on the horizon, and then it was just a crystal clear night, so we could stargaze to our heart's content, and fell asleep looking at stars. Beautiful. Which was really nice way to end our wedding.
Yeah, it was an amazing day. Is there anything that you would change?
No, not a chance. No. I wouldn't even change my wife, but
I hope you would change her.
No.
She doesn't look too impressed.
No, and even though she was 6.5 months pregnant, you wouldn't have told. You can't tell in the photos, and you can't tell in the dress. So last night we were sat looking at the photos with the baby, and we were saying, "Oh, can you believe it? You're not even 3 weeks old, and you've been to your first wedding already."
Yeah.
So
she's been to a couple.
Yes, she has actually. Yeah.
She's been to a couple of weddings, but it was special, like having her with you.
Yes.
On that day, like it was, it all worked out so well. It was, it's amazing.
And I think if she does the photo wall of photos that you guys did, we did, I think there's a photo of me and Hayley with Malvern Hills in background, and me holding Bump.
Yeah, so there are some lovely photos with where you're showing off the bump. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah. Amazing. Well, that is Hayley and Ellis's wedding from Ellis's perspective.
Yes. We can do stag do's on another podcast.
We will talk about stag do's. But yeah, this was just a little catch up. We've been meaning to do it for ages. We just haven't got around to it, and it's now 3 months after you got married?
Yes.
3 months. So yeah, we've been meaning to do it for a while. But yeah, it was. Thank you for coming and podcasting with me.
Thanks for having me on.
And yeah, please everybody, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, review, all of the above. We really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's everything.
Yes, I do like the click here in this link and point down to where the links are.
I'm not tech enough.
I don't know where they are on the camera.
I'm not tech enough to do that. So anyway, for now, I'm Philippa.
I'm Ellis.
This was Confetti Conversations, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Cheers, guys. Bye.